Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best console monitors.
Starting at number 5.
LG 27GP850B. If you don't need a high-resolution monitor and prefer looking for the best monitor for gaming in the lower mid-range price category, check out the LG 27GP850B. You can also find it available as the 27GP83BB at different retailers, and both variants are excellent for gaming. They each have a native 165Hz refresh rate, with the 27GP850B having an overclock feature to boost it up to 180Hz. However, it has a lower 1440p resolution than the Gigabyte M27U, so images aren't as detailed and sharp. Motion looks excellent, as the response time is fantastic at any refresh rate. The 27GP850B model has a backlight strobing feature to reduce persistence blur, but it only works within a narrow range and not at the same time as VRR, and the 27GP83BB doesn't have the same feature. Luckily, both variants have FreeSync VRR support and GSWNC compatibility to reduce screen tearing. However, it doesn't support HDMI Forum VRR, which is the VRR format that the PS5 uses, meaning it doesn't support VRR at all with the console. If you want something that does, consider the Dell Alienware AW2724DM, but it lacks a backlight strobing feature.
Coming at number 4.
Gigabyte M27U 27-inch. If you don't need the best gaming monitors for all-around use and prefer saving money by getting something that's still reliable, check out the Gigabyte M27U instead. It has many similar features to the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85 because it has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth for console gaming, so you can take full advantage of the Xbox Series X, S and PS5. However, because it supports 24 gigabits per second bandwidth and not the full 48 gigabits per second bandwidth of HDMI 2.1, it needs to use compression to reach demanding signals, like if you want to use it for PC gaming. Another difference with the Samsung is that it doesn't feature mini LED backlighting and has a much lower contrast ratio, so it's worse for dark room gaming, but that's the trade-off for getting something cheaper. On the plus side, it's versatile for PC gaming, thanks to its 160Hz max refresh rate, VRR support, and fast response time across its entire refresh rate range. If you find the 27-inch screen size too small, the Gigabyte M32U is a very similar monitor with a larger screen, but it costs more for a minimal difference in performance.
At number 3.
Samsung 32-inch Odyssey. If you have current-gen gaming consoles like the PS5 and Xbox Series X, S and want to take full advantage of them, consider the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8S32BG85. It's different from the Dell Alienware AW3423DW and the ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27AQDM because it doesn't have an OLED panel for the same deep blacks. However, it has a higher 4K resolution that delivers more details, and it has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth that lets you play 4K games up to 120Hz from gaming consoles. While those consoles won't take advantage of the monitor's 240Hz refresh rate, this is at least beneficial if you also want to hook up your gaming PC. If you don't need such a high refresh rate, the Samsung Odyssey Neo G7S32BG75 is a cheaper alternative with a 165Hz refresh rate, and it performs similarly. The Neo G8 has everything you'd expect to find in a gaming monitor, like VRR support and a fast response time, so motion looks smooth. It also has great picture quality as it has a high native contrast ratio and a decent local dimming feature. It also has decent HDR brightness, but if you want something even brighter, the Inic 27M2V is another great choice, but it can sometimes be harder to find.
Number 2 of my list.
ASUS ROG Swift. If you want something cheaper or simply prefer a smaller screen, then the ASUS ROG Swift OLED PG27AQDM is a great alternative with a 27-inch screen. It uses a different type of OLED panel than the Dell Alienware AW3423DW that doesn't display the same vivid and bright colors, so the picture quality isn't as good, but it still displays the same deep blacks without any blooming. Despite the differences in picture quality, it's another fantastic gaming monitor with an even higher 240Hz refresh rate that's ideal for competitive gamers. It has a near-instantaneous response time that results in smooth motion handling, no matter the refresh rate you're gaming at. It also has FreeSync VRR support with GSWC compatibility to reduce screen tearing. Lastly, it has low input lag for a responsive feel, but you must update it to the latest firmware for the lowest input lag. If that's a concern for you, and you want something with fewer bugs out of the box, the LG 27GR95QEB is another great option with the same panel, but it doesn't get as bright. You can also consider the cheaper Corsair Xenion 27QHD240, but it doesn't get as bright and has some input lag issues.
And number 1.
Alienware AW3423DW Curved. The best monitor for gaming that we've tested is the Dell Alienware AW3423DW. It's an ultra-wide gaming monitor that doesn't have the highest resolution or refresh rate compared to other monitors, but it combines excellent picture quality with fantastic gaming performance. It has a near-instantaneous response time, resulting in incredibly smooth motion without visible blur. It also has a 175Hz refresh rate and natively supports GSWC variable refresh rate, VRR, technology to reduce screen tearing, which is beneficial if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. If you have an AMD graphics card and don't need native GSWC support, the Dell Alienware AW3423DWF is a similar monitor that's cheaper. It offers nearly the same performance, and both monitors have a QD-OLED panel that makes blacks look deep and inky in dark rooms, and they display a wide range of vivid colors with bright highlights. If you want a QD-OLED panel but want something even bigger with a higher 240Hz refresh rate, consider the super ultra-wide Samsung Odyssey OLED G9/G95SCS49CG95. However, not everyone may like its large 49-inch screen, and it also costs more, so only go for it if you want such a big display.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.